Hello again, everybody. This is Comic Book Hangover. It is Thursday. It is time for my weekly haul, weekly review video. Something I do every Thursday, and I thank everybody who checks me out every Thursday on YouTube and enjoys the content that I put out. Now that I have a second series, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But before we go any further, let's talk about the books that I picked up last week. Let's get these out of the way and over with. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying because I want to get into some of these. I grabbed Robin #2, and this really has sort of a battle royale vibe to it. I'm really digging it. It's Damian Wayne, Robin. He's trying to make it on his own. He's trying to get out from underneath the shadow of the bat, so to speak, and he's trying to come into his own. I really enjoy that idea. I like that he is still the same egotistical little jerk that he was in the DC universe proper, as far as like being in Gotham with the bats and all those characters. So it's nice to see him being that character, but also being around different people he hasn't really interacted with before. Now, as I said, at the last page of the first issue, he did have his heart ripped out. And in this one, you find out why where they're at is, I think it's called Lazarus Island, and there's a reason for that. And if you're a fan, if you're a reader of Batman comics, you know exactly what that is. But a lot of fun. Second issue was just as fun as the first issue. It's off to a great start. It is officially on my pull list, and I'm hoping that starting with issue 3, they don't have a variant cover that's just as sweet as the one that the second issue had, because I'm really trying to cut back on getting these variant covers. But Robin #2, I do recommend it. It was a lot of fun. Great read. Another surprisingly good read, Beta Ray Bill from Marvel. I think it's a 4-issue miniseries, so the next one's the last one. They're really taking Bill and sort of building a little world, a little family around him. He's got Pip the Troll, who those of us, long timers, old timers will remember from, Starlin's Warlock and Infinity Watch run, back in the Starlin Warlock days back in the 70s as well. He's a little different. I'm not sure how I feel about this new characterization of him, but there's also, I think it's Scourge, one of the Asgardians, who seems to have this really weird fetish for guns and things that blow up and kill people. He's actually kind of cool in this. He's sort of if Lobo didn't have the bad attitude and the cigars and the drinking and the womanizing and just had a good time shooting things, it would be this guy here. But probably the most surprising addition to the series is Scuttlebutt. I think it's Scuttlebutt. I'm pretty sure that's the name. It's Beta Ray Bill's ship. And this realm that they're in, as they're looking for a new weapon for Beta Ray, I've always assumed it was a she, and I've apparently proven correct, has a humanoid form now. So now there's this new level of a relationship probably going to be forming between Beta Ray Bill and Scuttlebutt, which has been kind of cool because he also has this thing for Lady Sif. But this has been a surprisingly good read. I knew I was going to enjoy it because I like Beta Ray Bill, but I did not think it'd be this much fun. So if you're a fan of Beta Ray Bill and you haven't checked this series out, definitely check it out. As I said, it's only a mini-series. It's ending, I think, June this month is going to be the final issue for it. But a lot of fun. The next one, really not a whole lot that I can say about. Something is Killing the Children, #16. It's been talked to death. It's been hyped up. We're getting Erica's origin. It starts off really awesomely. I'm very happy to have the book back. It hasn't skipped a step at all. Usually when a book takes some time off and it comes back, especially a high-profile book like this, when it takes some time off, months and months off, and it comes back with a new story and everything, it misses a step. This is not the case here. It hits the ground running just as it does with every issue, and I cannot wait for issue 17, and I really am hoping for a long and prosperous run for Something is Killing the Children. But great series. The last one I want to talk about from last week really surprised me. It's Spawn #318. I haven't read Spawn as a regular book. Okay, I have not read Spawn since maybe issue 12. I was with it for the first year or so, and then I dropped the book. I got rid of them all except for the first issue, and over the years, I've gotten a random issue here and there. But I did read this one. Now, this is, for those of you who may not know, they're getting ready to expand Spawn and from just one book into sort of a line of books. And they're calling it Spawn's Universe. And this was the issue that sort of sets up the one-shot Spawn's Universe, which introduces the different series. I think there's going to be 3 series going on from here on in. And I gotta say, I was really impressed with this. Not only does it have a really sweet cover, I really do love this cover, but it's written in the way that for somebody like me who has not read Spawn to any extent for years and years, well, a decade or so, a decade and a half, more than that, I think longer than that. This was introduced in like 90s, early 90s, and I haven't read it since then. So we're talking decades that I've not read Spawn. But for someone like me who has not read it, I was able to really not fully understand what was going on, but I was given enough information about what had happened recently in the series to really kind of appreciate what's going on now. So if you've not read Spawn and you're curious about this Spawn's Universe thing, 318 is the issue probably you want to start off with because it leads into Spawn's Universe number 1. I think it's going to be a one-shot anyway. That is your gateway into all these different books. But this is kind of where you want to start. Plus, like again, it's got a sweet cover. The book is only $2.99. And if there's a book on the shelf that's $2.99, I think more people should be supporting that book. I may stick with this for a couple of issues to see where it goes. I don't know. We'll see when issue 319 comes out, but 318 definitely is worth checking out. Now, before I go any further, I want to say thank you again to everybody who's been watching and supporting my channel and my videos and subscribing. I appreciate that. Every single one of you, every single week I say this, and every single week I mean it. If you are new here and you're enjoying what I have, definitely go back and check out the other videos that I have. I just started the new series I'm going to talk about in a second, but it's great. I appreciate that you're checking out my videos. Please subscribe, hit that notification button, like my videos. I guess liking videos really helps, and I would like to test that theory to see if I get more likes, if that does help my channel a little bit more. But definitely comment down below. It's always nice to get comments on my videos. And that aside, let's talk about my new series. Got the 3rd installment coming out. It's going to be tomorrow. These things premiere every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it is a series called Full Run Friday. So far, I've done all of my Lobo comics. Last week, I did all of my Godzilla comics. This week, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I mean, here it is. It's Thursday, and I still haven't decided what I want to do. So I can't, unless it comes up in my mind while I'm doing this next run of books. We're just going to have to wait and see what I do. So, now that said, let's talk about the books that I picked up this week, because I did pick up quite a few books, some first issues, some books that I'd heard about, and decided, what the heck, let's give it a shot. So, first up, and these are in no particular order too, by the way, as usual. Savage Avengers number 21, I picked up only because Ghost Rider is in it. This is the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. He's no longer King of Hell, and hopefully he's getting back to basics, which is something that Marvel really needs to do with the Ghost Rider concept, is take it back to basics. We don't need a whole lot of different Ghost Riders for different times and different cultures and different eras. We don't need a ghost driver who's riding a car around. We don't need any of this stuff. We just need a basic Ghost Rider. Get back to basics. We have two. Two is plenty. Danny Ketch and Johnny Blaze. That's plenty. That's all we need. They need to scrap everything else and get Ghost Rider back to basics. But I've never read Savage Avengers. I basically know who's in it. I have no idea what's going on with it. But it's got Ghost Rider in it, so I bought it, and I'm going to check it out. What the heck? Why not? Next up, Deep Beyond at number 5 of 12. This starts a new storyline, and I absolutely love this Merca and Dolfo cover. Take a look at that. I thought at first that it was just a girl in a cube of some sort, but if you get a good look at her, it's actually sort of a fish girl. But the colors, I love the colors. I love that it's just so basic, so simple. Merca and Dolfo knocked this one out of the park. I'm very happy. Cannot wait to check that one out. And then Jenny Zero, number 2 of 4 from Dark Horse Comics. First issue surprised the hell out of me how much I enjoyed it. And as soon as I was done, I put it on my pull list. And that's something that rarely ever happens. So Jenny Zero, cannot wait to check that one out. First issue was a lot of fun. And of course, since I'm a huge fan of James Tynion, Something is Killing the Children. So now we've got The Nice House on the Lake. First issue. I think this is, an 8 or a 10 or a 12. This is going to be a long series. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard some good things about it. I don't know what happens in it. I have heard some good things about it, though, and I cannot wait to check that one out. Next up, Nocterra number 4. Not the cover I wanted, but it's still a sweet cover. Very happy with it. Cannot wait to check this one out either. This has been a lot of fun as far as Image Books goes. And now we're getting into the books that I'm just checking out. Stuff I've heard things about. Starting with, this one. Let's do this one first because I knew I was going to get this one. I read the first miniseries. This is the Batman: The Adventures Continue Season 2. This introduces the Court of Owls or something. I'm not too familiar with them, but a DC Universe proper concept being introduced into the DC animated universe, the Batman the Animated Series universe. Looking forward to that. And now this was one this one came out a couple of weeks ago. I've heard some things about it, a few rumblings. Nothing that's spectacular. It's not another Something is Killing the Children type thing, but I've heard some decent things about it. So I figured, what the heck? My LCS still had it on the rack. I picked it up. Then I check it out. Black Friday. I don't know if this is a miniseries or an ongoing. It is from Scout Comics. It's their Black Caravan imprint. I think it takes place in a store on Black Friday and something to do about a gateway to hell or something. So why not? So can't wait to check that one out. And this last one from Boom Studios, issue 1, Basilisk, Cullen Bunn. That's the reason why I'm checking this out. And I read this listed for it. It sounds like a neat idea. It's just the supernatural characters, and Cullen Bunn is a pretty good writer. I have enjoyed some of his, especially his horror stuff. I've really enjoyed it. So looking forward to that. So that's it. No more books to talk about this week. I want to thank everybody for checking out what I have been doing here. Thank you very much. And so Friday I have something. So tomorrow I'll have something. It's man, there's so many books that I want to do, so many runs that I want to do. I know I'm going to get to them all or most of them eventually, but I don't know which one to do first. So I might put a couple of titles in a hat, draw a random one, and see where we go from there. But tune in tomorrow, 3 o'clock. I'll have a full run Friday video, a run of one of my books. I've got 40, 45, 50 long boxes full of comic books runs that I've been getting from like 1990 on up. So it could be anything. So we'll tune in tomorrow. We'll see what it is. Should be good. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. Again, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that fun stuff. I greatly appreciate all of your support. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a full run Friday. Have a good one.